So, here I am, a man alone. Just kidding. Anyways, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona right now. I just dropped my kids off to college. Spent a week down here with them, getting them all hooked up with everything that they needed to be independent people. Well, I guess, does that make them independent if I'm actually providing all the things that they need? Anyways, they got their furniture, they're all moved in, and they're starting school. Harrison's starting next week, Catherine's starting the week after that, or Rin is starting the week after that, and we are, I'm an official empty nester, and I'm not just like an empty nester, but literally an empty nester, because for those of you who aren't aware or don't follow the channel much, actually I haven't really mentioned anything on the channel, so actually we're going to talk about it now. I am in the process of getting a divorce, so yeah, there is that. And so not only are my kids out of the house, my soon-to-be ex-wife is out of the house, and now I have a place all to myself. So single ladies, I'm here. Check out the hair. I started letting it grow out a little bit. I'm having, I guess now is as good a time as any to have that midlife crisis, I guess, if you will. But in any case, I am on my way back up to the Pacific Northwest. It is currently 111 degrees down here, and I am currently stuck in traffic trying to get out of Phoenix, maybe trying to beat the traffic out. So I guess everybody's doing the same thing. Probably not going all the way to the Northwest, but there's a lot of people on the road, and so I'm going to be overheating the car a little bit as I make my way. And so the next few days, I will be taking these little video blurbs and snapshotting my trip home, now that I can kind of make stops and do kind of cool things on the way that maybe I might not normally have done. We'll see. I may just want to get home so that I can cry in my soup that I'm all alone. I'm so lonely. But I guess this is about as good a video as any to maybe reboot things a little bit about the Orminators channel. Probably be talking a little bit again about travel, maybe not so much about my job, although I'll be again traveling for my job, as an SE manager. I'll be going out doing demos for folks, and so that'll be kind of cool. I can maybe talk about a little bit. Travel tips, of course, things to do, things not to do, how to pack, some cool luggage that I've come across, some cool travel hacks, some cool, travel bags. I've never done a review of the packed one, although several people have already done it. I'd like to talk about how maybe it impacted my ability to travel along with the other stuff. I mean, you've seen my video on the Victorinox, which I will then link to this video here, the Victorinox suitcase and the Victorinox bag. I'll do a packed one bag, and yeah, anything else that I find interesting. You'll notice that I put up a new kind of splash page, the Orminators. It used to be College Life and Other Cruel Jokes. Now it's just Life. Now I just call it Life and Other Cruel Jokes. I think it's appropriate, considering that it, been married for 26 years, and now I'm getting a divorce, and I've got a couple kids who are now in school, and so yeah, it's kind of a joke, I guess. And you have to kind of laugh, otherwise you just kind of go crazy. And yeah, we'll be doing that. So I will try to make this trip as kind of safe and sane as possible, but I've got about 2.5, 3 days ahead of me here, and I'm going to be stopping every once in a while, stretch my legs, and you'll see just how desolate maybe parts of the country is as I make my way. Now, I do have a couple of routes that I could potentially take. I could cut through Nevada into California and shoot up the Imperial Valley, go up I-5, or I could repeat the way that we came down, which was down through the Great Basin National Park through Nevada, which means going through Ely and going in that direction, which is kind of cool. Which, by the way, if anybody wants to go, obviously there's that whole Area 51 raid. That's the direction that you would actually be going anyways. Not that I'll be taking part in that, but I have stayed at the Little Alien there in Rachel, Nevada, which is kind of cool. And I'm hoping that the Area 51 raid, if nothing else, gives them a little bit of a boost. Right, because it is kind of a cool place, and maybe if they had some money to kind of invest and make it even nicer, it'll become an actual attraction. And I really would like to see that, because it is kind of a neat place, a unique and kitschy kind of place. But the trailers that you have to stay in there, then maybe they could use a little bit of updating and upgrading. And I can talk about that a little bit later on, and I'll post that video here as well, so that you can kind of see what's going on there. But in any case, traffic's a little heavy. I probably shouldn't be videoing and driving, so I'm going to go ahead and end here, and I'll post another video a little bit later on about the, wherever I stop for gas and lunch and everything else. So, again, welcome to my channel. This kind of unofficial reboot, if you will. I'm not going to delete any of my old videos. They're there if you want to see them. Yeah, I guess the rest of this is going to be a little bit about the... Whoa! Thank you for that there, buddy. Arizona drivers, almost as crazy as California drivers. Well, nice signals, everything. In any case, yeah, it'll be kind of an unofficial reboot. Be talking about my life as a single Asian middle-aged dad, I guess, if you will. For nothing else, I guess that's kind of a cool little theme, and we'll see how that goes. So, enjoy. So 3 hours or so on the road. I'm in Kingman, Arizona at a McDonald's. So here, let the unhealthy eating begin. And yeah, apparently I'm on this little stretch of road that is kind of the remnants of the old Route 66. It's part of Highway 40 here. So we're going to get going back on the road, and we'll be Vegas in a little bit, and we'll have some fun. I kind of do have to ask the question, how do people live out here? Where do they work? What do they do every day? Because I'm kind of jealous from a certain standpoint, because goddamn, who wouldn't want to live away from the nuttiness of the world today? But at the same time, geez, where do they get their water and their electricity and everything else? I mean, well, electricity, you can kind of see some of these power lines and stuff like that, but how expensive is that? Having maybe a line almost run directly to your house. Maybe you go solar, but even then, well, yeah, I guess solar would be pretty much the answer, because, damn, there's not much sun out here. Maybe they work at one of these places over here, like the Chevron or the Gas and Go or whatever sort of truck stop might be nearby, but that can't be everybody. So do they ranch? Are they raising cows, horses, something? Who knows? I always kind of wondered about that. What do these people do? If anybody knows, be interested in knowing in the comments. Thank you. So we've entered the Lake Mead Wilderness area, and down there you can see the Colorado River as it exists below Hoover Dam. So, looks like a ton of water, right? Well, if you look closely enough, as we kind of go to a couple of other places, you can almost see the bathtub ring. Well, that's probably not too bad on this side, but on the other side, it's the bathtub ring around the lake is horrendous because the water levels are so low. But you can see here kind of the whole canyon area here, a little bit more of the water over there. And I'm driving and filming at the same time, probably not a great idea, but just trying to give you guys a sense of the beautiful countryside that I'm driving through right now. This is a part of the nation that not many people, at least the bulk of the nation, doesn't get to see. I mean, it looks really dry and arid, which yes, it is, but there's a certain beauty to it, especially when you get down towards sunset and as the sun begins to set on those mountains over on the side over there. It's really quite gorgeous at night. I've got some really good photos. Maybe I'll throw some Throwback Thursday kind of photos over there. See what it was like as I was kind of camping in this area, camping actually a little bit north of Vegas there. And yeah, it is gorgeous countryside. So here we come up on Hoover Dam, the old Boulder Dam, Hoover Dam, and I guess it depends on who you talk to. Boulder City. Some history there, obviously, when the dam was being built. Boulder City was one of the first ones that cities have popped up before around the same time as Vegas. And yeah, you can see the beautiful countryside. Some of the red rock there. This isn't the Pat Tillman Memorial Bridge yet, but we'll be coming up on that. Maybe I'll actually stop because I do have this opportunity. Nobody's stopping me from stopping, so I'll give you guys a closer look at the bridge and the view that you can see once you're looking down at the dam. If not, if the opportunity does not present itself, then I do have some video from when I was flying over. way to Black Hat DEF CON. I flew from Phoenix to Arizona, and we flew over dam, so I got some good, kind of cool pictures there as well. So maybe I'll just show you guys those things. But hopefully I'll be able to get a little bit of a shot or a view. If not, then I'll display the other ones right about in this part of the conversation. But you can see some of the bathtub ring I was referring to down there. Was the water levels have dropped. Whoop. Car in front of me decided it's going to do some braking. So here's the Pat Tillman Bridge. Pat Tillman, obviously very famous. And let's see if we can see anything. No. And there was not a visitor center stop there that I could do. I think these people probably hoped that there was also. So we're going to go ahead and shut this off. Finally, here's some scenery. The last few miles there, obviously, a lot more desert between Overdam and Vegas. Rolled in at the end of day one there, and it was quite a bit of a drive. A little over 4.5, 5 hours, plus or minus with all of the stops and everything else that I was doing there. But ultimately, when you pull down out of past Hoover Dam there, and you get to see the Vegas skyline, which you'll be post up an image there that you can see, and you can see all the haze and everything else from the dust in the air and everything else. I don't believe that's smog, but in any case, yeah, day one was quite a doozy, and I spent the night in Vegas and didn't actually do even any gambling.